group in terms of data, analytics. When you're moving into, let's say, immersive content, you get a lot more information, I would guess, about what an audience member is doing. But then how would you translate that in an ad-funded world into value?
Yep, totally. So great example, I think. Again, huge gamer, so for me, controller makes a lot of sense. Doesn't matter if it's for VR, Xbox, whatever it is. Thinking a lot about what, as we move towards more interactive advertising or branded content, what are the inputs that a consumer can provide that are, require less of a working understanding of traditional gaming. So things that I really am interested in is like eye/face tracking. You don't really need to know much to move your eyes. Like there was once an app that was a game that you moved your eyebrows and that like caused your character to jump. It's genius. That's so easy to learn. We had a piece at a virtual reality project at Venice recently that it's very artistic, but the setup was you basically had a flower seed in your virtual hand and you were asked a series of questions, and as you answered them in real time, this flower seed would begin to grow. The types of flowers that it would create, the design of it, the architecture of the floral piece was all based on sentiment analysis of your voice, the word choice you're using, the speed at which you're speaking. So those type of inputs as a means to, dynamically change the advertising, I think start to get really, really interesting and can be fun. And then that becomes a metric where you can see a whole profile. So for us, it was, we went to the Venice Film Festival. At the end of it, we had anonymous user data to see, here's the profile of everyone who went through this at the festival. Here's how happy they were. Here's how sad the collective was. And from the film festival side of it, or a trade show perspective, I think it's really interesting to see this is what one type of consumer this is how one type of consumer engages with it. Here's the profile of the folks at Sundance or at a Mobile World Congress, and being able to adapt it accordingly.
And Hope, are you seeing with the brands that you work with, are they looking at sort of measuring engagement in the content in different ways as the content can become more personalized, more customized to the audiences?
Definitely. I think they're valuing just the single view a little bit more. And I think that the whole thought process, I feel like, is still really exciting for people. So we partner with a company called Wirewax. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but yeah, they do a ton of immersive and just really cool experiences, and you can see the brands just get so excited about it. And there's just innate value in being kind of on the forefront of that method of advertising. And so I think that their expectations are a little bit lower based on kind of the cool factor or like the interesting factor. And then when you take it a step when you go to the next step, you see that the engagement rates and the conversion rates are greater all around. So then I feel like it's just creating a much better experience for the advertiser all around.
And then let's move from advertising on to content creation. So I think one of the advantages of 5G and this evolution of network technology is you don't need all of the tech on your device. You can stream it from the cloud or from other places. Are you seeing, Hope, sort of, let's call it a democratization of content creation? Is it getting easier and easier for anyone to create high value content? And if so, as a content production company, how do you sustain the premium of what you're delivering to your clients?
Yeah. So yes, the short answer is yes. It's definitely becoming easier for people to kind of enter the space. And we've seen a huge shift even in the last 5 years. When we started the company, the average commercial was $340,000 to produce. And so, today you can buy, I got an ad on my phone earlier, I can buy a video online for $93 for my product. The difference is insane. And I think that from the advertiser, you get a lot more options, and you get a lot of more affordable options as technology continues to improve. And as the company who's producing the content, it's hard to stay competitive, and it's, the problem we used to have was finding people who would work for less money. And now we have so many, like on the production side, because we've always been the low cost provider. And then now it's, okay, we have so many people, we have to weed through all of them to try and find people who really stand out. So I feel like it's been a really interesting journey throughout that process. And I feel like we've done a lot to kind of adapt and remain competitive. But yeah, it's been interesting.
And from this, the pure